All right, we got a real winner here. This is called Inside the World of OnlyFans, The Disturbing Truth.
Welcome back to my channel. If you're
Okay.
new here, my name is Yolanda
I
Melody.
am new.
Today I want to talk
I
about
am
the
new.
agenda
You have an
behind
they have an
OnlyFans and the
OnlyFans has an agenda?
normalization of sex work and what's really going on behind
Tell
closed
me.
doors.
Tell me about
Even
this
though
sex
this
work.
video might offend some people who do sex work, I just want you to know that that's not my intention. There are some girls
Okay.
out there that have the intention of starting an OnlyFans with the idea that this is going to make them a ton of money. And I believe it's my
Right.
duty to let people know the truth, because I do actually know some people who have started an OnlyFans, and the reality is not what people are showing in the media. In fact, the things that are projected
Tell
in
me
the
about it.
media about OnlyFans are so far from the truth that it would
Yeah.
shock you. And even though I'm focusing on
What is
that
gonna
one
shock
site
me?
in particular, just bear in mind
Tell me.
that I'm also talking about the sex industry in general.
Okay.
Some people may believe that it's a good thing that sex
Right.
work is becoming normalized.
It's not
They think
good,
it shows that our
obviously.
society is becoming more progressive
No.
and accepting. But I just want to
That's
mention
not how
one
that
thing
works.
for any sex workers watching, that first off, the less taboo that industry becomes, the more people will feel comfortable to participate in it. The more girls will be on OnlyFans. And if you increase the supply, but the demand stays the same, what then starts happening is people start undercutting each other.
And then there'll be
what
no
happens
money.
is everybody starts doing the same thing for less. So for anybody who's in that industry, it's not actually in your best interest
this is smart.
to normalize
She's right.
it
She's
and to
right.
get everybody to accept it, because then you will be doing the same things for a lot less money, and you'll have a lot more competition, and this is what's happened with OnlyFans. Now, if you ask my personal opinion, you could never put a price on your sexuality and your dignity. But the fact that OnlyFans girls are selling themselves in this way
true.
for such little payoff now, I genuinely believe it is tragic. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, hold on a minute, I thought that
Yeah, hold
OnlyFans
on.
girls make an absolute stack. This is
that
a
what we thought?
misconception.
I never thought that.
The media
I
would
never
like you
thought
to
that.
believe that any girl can join OnlyFans and she'll have a flood of subscribers
I never thought that.
instantaneously. She'll be able to quit her job and start earning upwards of 60k a year. Some even become millionaires, supposedly.
Is that true?
And that it's an easy way to make money. Well, let me tell you this. The only people making that amount of money are the top 1%. Some of which are celebrities already, or influencers with a big following.
Yeah, if you're a
but
celebrity,
for any
then
other
you're gonna
normal
make money.
girl that's just starting out on this website, the majority of them are making less than minimum wage. And they're making explicit content. Sometimes custom made. Not only that, but they're working the same amount of hours to try and gain the subscribers
Dawn making
as they would working a
OnlyFans?
full-time job. But the only difference is that a lot of them are doing that
Oh,
and
you
barely
know.
making enough to survive.
Maybe one day. Go in the OnlyFans chat. That's not the first time I've been asked that, by the way, Bobby. Bro, 100% Air has one. Really? Snake Queen in my Discord has one, but as far as I know, she's the only one in my Discord that has one. But I've been sent a lot of OnlyFans videos. Oop, hold up. And honestly, it doesn't seem like that bad of an idea to make a non-explicit one, just a little bit of a indifferent photos.
But the plot thickens, because the reason why you're not
Hold on. Bull Bubby's here. We're waiting. Waiting.
Hearing about this is because OnlyFans works in a very particular way, whereby if you have an OnlyFans and you recruit someone to join the site and become a creator themselves, you could potentially earn money from what they're doing. Kind of sounds like a pyramid scheme. And this is why so many OnlyFans girls say that they're...
Okay, you're back. I assume it says you're back. Yeah, so yeah, you know, Snake Queen has an OnlyFans in my Discord, and she promotes it there. I've thought, you know, I'd be honest, I've thought sometimes, you know, let's be real. Everyone thinks about it, but I'm honestly gonna say that, like, it's not worth the humiliation or whatever money. I will promote Snake Queens because she's a friend of mine, but other than that, that's as far as I go. Let's give you a little shout out here. Let's see. Do you have a clip? Apex Legends. Do you have a clip? Oh, here we go. Oh.
Ah!
Wow.
Oh my God, teammates!
You
What
be
is this
raging.
stupid freaking
You
random
be
doing?
raging. This is gamer rage. I'm seeing gamer
Both
rage.
of them, bro. Oh my God.
You be getting that gamer rage, dude. Yeah, that's respectable right there. That's a cool clip.
earning so much money because they don't want to admit the truth.
Yeah, we've been having
to
VTuber
either
videos all day,
themselves
but
or
we're
other
on
people.
OnlyFans now.
Because let's paint this scenario.
How'd you set up the
right?
clips Guru, and then you have to? It's a big hassle. You set it up with Streamlabs, and then it'll play it through the bot.
Say, for
when you
example,
shout out.
you've started an account, and suddenly it's dawned on you, after months of being a creator on
But
the
I have
site,
shoutouts through
you're not making
my
the
Stream Deck.
millions that you were promised. And no matter how much work you put in, and how much you're willing to go
I don't know. I don't have OBS. I don't use it. I use Streamlabs.
past what you initially planned to do, as in you start doing stuff that you're not really comfortable with because there's the potential to earn more money, you'd then reach a point where you'd think, okay, I've started down this path. Maybe a way that I could get out of it is if I get
Streamlabs.
loads of other people onto the site so that I can earn from them, and
so
maybe
OnlyFans is a
eventually
giant
I can
pyramid
get out
screen?
of this. This is what I
Pyramid scheme?
feel is happening to a lot of girls that are on this site. There might be some girls watching right now that think that I'm being harsh or that I'm shaming them, but this is
I don't
actually
think
coming
anyone
from a
thinks
place
that.
of
Anyone
love,
that thinks that is a
genuinely.
moron.
I've heard so many girls turn around and say, I
You're giving
love
your
doing
opinion.
this. This is so great. I love working for myself.
Wow, you love showing your butt and your tits on the internet? Wow, I don't have to go and get a job? I don't have to work at Starbucks? I can shake my booty on the internet and get paid for it? I love it. Wow. I mean...
I feel independent. But the truth is,
Happens,
no
I
woman
guess.
actually wants to do this.
I...
Really. If they weren't getting paid to do it, they wouldn't be doing it.
This is a
Some
true
of these
statement.
girls feel like they don't have any other option. And I can understand them telling
You don't
themselves,
have any other
I love
option.
what I do.
You can't go work
because
at
the
Walmart?
harsh reality
You
of
can't
what
go to
they
work
are
at
actually
McDonald's?
doing to their mental and physical health is probably
Uh-huh.
too hard to face. But what I think we should do as a society is we should remove a stigma from a person if they decide to change. A lot of these
What do you mean,
girls
change?
feel like once they've lost their dignity, they can't get it back. Once you've gone that far, you know that certain people will look at you differently.
This
and
is a true statement.
A lot of girls will think, well, fuck it, I'll just carry on then. I've
But,
got nothing more to lose. But the
look at
effect that this
some of the
has
best
on a
OnlyFans
woman
creators.
is quite
They do-
profound.
they do other
if
stuff.
A woman
They don't
is
just do
abusing her
OnlyFans.
sexuality or inducing some form of sexual trauma, which I believe OnlyFans is doing to girls, a lot of them start to experience physical illness in that region because that's what happens.
In that
Your physical,
region?
spiritual, and mental health is all linked up together I've heard experiences from
Working
girls
on
whereby they've
OnlyFans breaks
started
their
to
vagina?
develop issues with their ovaries or their womb the more that they started abusing themselves sexually. I have never been in the sex industry, but I used to model, and even doing modelling in lingerie for photographers affected me so much in a negative way. My self-esteem plummeted because I didn't feel like I was respecting myself, and I was being objectified all the time. So I can only begin to imagine how a girl must feel doing sex work. And we really need to just stop being worried about offending everyone.
I don't care who I offend.
Being offended hurts.
I offend everybody.
Making a
Everyone gets equal crap with me.
Mistake is tragic. And if you have the knowledge, or if you have good advice to give to someone, but
that's
you're
how
worried
you're
about
fair.
them being offended, so you just don't say anything, then you have to stand by and watch someone make a huge mistake, and all the while you're thinking to yourself, I could have stopped that. I could have helped them. I wish I'd have made this video back in 2020 when there was an influx of girls joining this site, but back then I didn't really know the full extent of what was happening.
What did
now
you get set
I
up?
have the information.
So
another thing is, if the reality of being a sex worker is so bleak, then why is it promoted so much in the media and painted out as if it's this get-rich-quick scheme? Even if you look back 10 years or so, we had shows like Diary of a Call Girl, all about this prostitute that was living her best life. She loved her job. They glamorized it so much, making out as if it was such an amazing lifestyle. But we know that the reality of being a call girl is riddled with danger. I mean, let me just tell you a brief story.
How many prostitutes die every year?
When I was a waitress, I was working at the bar at a private event where there were escorts. I can't give too much details about this story because there was a lot of high-profile people at this event. Throughout the evening, I was seeing how these girls were being treated, and I honestly felt traumatized just from witnessing it. The level of empathy that I felt for these girls was so intense. Where did she become a waitress? And there was this one girl that I saw.
Wait, who is it?
Who had a scar right across her face. Do you think that that girl was living her best life? The only plus point really is that OnlyFans is a bit safer because there's no pimps involved, most of the time anyway. But that's changing rapidly, and at least the girls can do what they do from the safety of their own home.
I could be an OnlyFans pimp.
But it's still not safe. The type of people that this attracts will make them a target. It's kind of weird how history repeats itself. Because back in the Great Depression, prostitution became rampant. Because all of a sudden, the cost of living became so bad that women reverted to sex work as a means to survive because they could see no other way out. But back then it wasn't promoted as if it was this really great thing. It was desperate times. Now they've got people trapped. Now what's happening is the exact same thing, but in a different way. 2020 happened, there was furlough, people lost their jobs, everyone was stuck at home, people were worried about how they were going to pay the bills, and then simultaneously, all of this hype happened around OnlyFans. There was tons of media coverage about it, but the difference between then and now is that back then, you didn't have social media and video and photo evidence of what you had done. Now, even if you were to dip your feet in OnlyFans and then decide it's not for you, guess what? That footage is there forever. It's an evil trick, and it is an agenda to trap women to lower the morale of society, and it affects men as well, but in a completely different way.
You're never going to
get it back. If you want to know more about that, you should check out my
forever.
other video about the porn industry. But to end this video on a lighter note, I just want to say that while I don't believe we should be normalizing and celebrating sex work, I also don't believe that we should be flat out shaming women who have fallen for this trap. Take it from me. Back when I used to be a model, people treated me a certain way. I didn't feel like people respected me, but because I changed
I think she's pretty.
and started to respect myself, I do feel generally
She could definitely
like
be a model.
people give that respect
Yeah.
back. Sorry. But ultimately, it's not about how other people perceive you. The most important thing
Is there a
is
cat
how
over
you
here?
perceive yourself. I just want people to know that there are other ways. The sex industry is not the
Yeah,
only option.
absolutely.
Even though girls are
She said
telling
sorry to the
themselves that it
plant.
is, there are other ways. If you trust in
Maybe
God,
she's a vegan.
He will always provide, but you have to show your commitment to God first. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this video.
She's absolutely right. She's right. I agree with everything, pretty much everything she says in this video. Yeah. That was actually really great. All right, we have one left.